Now, basically when you're fishing in the beginning of the season, or any time really, it's always good to have a grey version of a certain fly. Now, this is a March Brown spider, and this is a grey version. I'd use a grey version especially on obviously grey days or dull days. There is times where they'll refuse the coloured version for the dull drab coloured version. It's always worth having a few of these in your box. Now this is just a grey March Brown, if you want to call it, simply what you're representing. It's quite easy to tie. Now the thread I'm using, this is a Unithread 80 in grey. The hook I'm using is a Kamasan, it's a B170 size 12. Just start at the eye and work our way down. Take the thread down until just short of the barb of the hook, and then remove the waste piece. Now for the tail, I'm just going to use some Coq de Leon fibres. Now the Coq de Leon is a good stiff fibre. This is white and Coq de Leon, so works extremely well and lasts much longer than normal Hackle fibres. Tail, you're looking length of the hook, then your finger and thumb. You cash in with a couple of turns, winding onto the bare hook and down, and then bring the thread underneath the tail fibres, using this turn to lift and separate the fibres. Just bring the thread to the front and encourage them to spread, and once they've spread you can lock them in with a turn on top. And that's fine, that just opens the fibres out. Body is 2/3 the shank, so we trim that away, the waste. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly run up with the thread, back down. This will tidy it up, ready for tying in the dubbin. Now the dubbin is a grey rabbit and SLF, grey SLF blended together. Just going to get a few fibres, slightly dub it on. Now you could use just grey rabbit, you could use mould, you could use a few fibres, it's up to yourself. So you can start it off at the back, and then using that anchor point to tighten the dubbin as a wind, just tighten it up. Then form a nice shape in the body, as thick as thin as you want. The March Brown is a big fly, so don't be shy with the thickness of the body. You want a nice taper. Anything going forward, you can draw it back. There we are. Any excess we can trim it away. Save our time. There we go. The hackle I'm using, this is a grey Partridge. I'm just going to tie this in by the tip, and I'm going to use a Grizzle, Indian Coq Grizzle dyed grey. So just to get the most of the hackle, it's best to grip it with the hackle pliers, catch the tip, with the underside facing yourself. 2 or 3 turns in, show away the waste. And this is a Coq hackle I'm using there. You see it's a Grizzle dyed. Now they make great hackles, these Indian Coq. Now take away the fluff at the bottom. Again, I'm going to have the underside of the feather facing myself. Now make sure you get a bit of wax on your thread, gives you plenty of grip. You want a nice base of thread down for winding the hackle on, you don't want any lumps and bumps. Now I'm going to wind the Coq hackle first. You want a nice turning a bit or so at the top to get it going, and then just use up the hackle winding down. These are quite sparse hackles, so you've got to use them all up. At this point here, now simplest way to get a nice neat finish is to put the hackle thread, or put the thread through the hackle, nice and straight, nice straight turns and back. You can break the tip off, and then we can get the Partridge hackle. When I turn at the back, go back in if it does that. Just turn at the back as I say, and then wind through the Coq hackle towards the eye. Again, till you're happy. This point here, come up, catch it in with the thread. nice and tight. Now I like again just to take the thread straight and then through the hackle and back down. Just take your time at this point. Just take away your hackle plier, come in. Just anything going forward the eye, just drop back at this point. There's your thread, do a turn. Ignore things at this point. Just going to put some varnish onto my thread and then whip finish. Just take your time. If you catch an odd fibre like which I've done there, just turn away when you're ready. Or you can get a pair of tweezers and just nick them off. There you go. Now remember my hackle stem's in there. We can bring that out. Now it's been folded back, so all we have to do is come in, turn that out, and then just obviously when you're winding the hackle through, you've got to allow it to come all the way around. And there we are. That's your grey version of the March Brown for the grey day. And there is times the grey fly works extremely well. So there we are. Light will affect the look of your fly to a fish. So it's always I say having flies like this works extremely well. And that's it finished. So I hope you enjoyed that.